This tortoise decided she'd rather just eat weeds than the native vegetation that was planted specifically for her, so her neighbors have come together to become 5-star tortoise chefs and provide her with all of the leafy meal kits that she needs. Savannah adopted Georgie from Arizona's Tortoise Conservation Program in May and picked her out of the many available tortoises because they're both 30 years old. The program places unreleasable tortoises into trusted homes, and in order to adopt a member of a protected species like Georgie, adopters have to provide an approved habitat. So Savannah built a habitat and a burrow in her backyard, including planting healthy vegetation, but after bringing Georgie home, Savannah learned that she's actually a little less interested in the curated vegetation than the weeds that were already growing in her yard. Kind of like when you buy your cat a fancy scratching post and they're more interested in the box. In addition to supplementing Georgie's diet with kale and dandelion greens, Savannah emailed her neighbors asking if she could bring Georgie by to eat their weeds. And the tight-knit neighbors were quick to offer their best bundles of tortoise food. One of those neighbors even gave Georgie some prickly pear, and Georgie not only found it delicious, she also now likes to wear her prickly pear lip gloss on big nights out. While Georgie's taste preferences might have been affected by a poor diet in early life, Savannah is dedicated to exploring her palate and making sure she gets proper nutrition from here on out. She says she's excited for them to grow old together. A lonely tortoise who previously had a rock for a girlfriend finally turned to online dating and started a long-distance relationship with an actual tortoise. Now that they're together in person, their relationship has been thriving. Hugo, the Galapagos tortoise, spent 7 decades without ever having a girlfriend. He's lived at the Australian Reptile Park since 1963, when he was brought there as an ambassador for his endangered species. And while he's very well cared for, over the years he started showing more signs of being lonely, including trying to start a relationship with a goose named Lenny, and then trying to start one with a shell-shaped rock in his habitat, neither of which worked out. But finding him a girlfriend wasn't an easy task. His species is protected, and there are more restrictions than there were in the 60s, so it's not exactly easy to just acquire a Galapagos tortoise anymore. So the reptile park created a Tinder profile for him and ran a paid post on social media showcasing his profile to see if any other sanctuaries might have a lonely female tortoise of their own. And they were in luck because a zoo in Germany came forward with a potential match, a 21-year-old Galapagos tortoise named Estrella. Hugo swiped right on Estrella. And because she needed to be quarantined before she could move to Australia to be with him, they started a long-distance relationship with regular video call dates while they waited. And when they finally met in person, the spark was there, meaning there's a possibility of Galapa babies in the future. This cheetah in Florida has her own emotional support tortoise named Penzi. Tuesday the cheetah and her emotional supportess live at the Carson Springs Wildlife Conservation Foundation in Gainesville. The two are best friends, so much so that they even share meals together. They also play together and just generally stick by each other's sides. Cheetahs are naturally very shy and anxious animals, so it's not uncommon for them to have their own support animals. But most commonly they have emotional support dogs, so this emotional support tortoise is a little unique. Tuesday was born at the Conservation Center in 2018, and she was raised around house cats and a variety of other animals, so she's pretty comfortable around just about anyone. And she and Penzi just grew close naturally, proving that sometimes opposites really do attract. I'm Jen, and I post something positive every day. And you can see more from Tuesday, Penzi, and the other animals at the Carson Springs Wildlife Conservation Foundation on their page, which you can find in the caption.